Hey everyone, and welcome to the Defining Your Life podcast, where we focus on living in our purpose, practicing presence, and activating our power in each moment. I'm Marsha Rell, your resident pep talk provider, and I invite you to join me as we continue to learn, lift each other up, and strive to level up together. Because we are never finished defining our lives, and it takes a village, so let's build one. Stay tuned for the episode. Hey everyone, I hope that you've been having a fantastic week, that you enjoyed your weekend and, all the things. I actually had a really good week last week. I celebrated my 19th wedding anniversary, my brother's 29th birthday, and then another friend had a birthday as well. So it was very busy, but it was very good. And I'm just so thankful that I have all these things to celebrate, which I do not take for granted at all. Over the years, celebrating has really become much more important to me because I realize that it really brings me a lot of joy. And in my world, I really love focusing on the community aspect of celebrating by way of a gathering, right? So whether that's having a few friends over for an impromptu barbecue or a huge Christmas party, gathering with family, I'm here for all of it. Now, I'm not going to lie. Okay. What I am no longer here for is all of the work it takes to gather. Okay. It's not a light lift and your girl is tired. I have 100% put in my time. And so I feel like I want to step back from that a little bit. I'm going to keep entertaining larger parties for sure, but definitely less frequently. So recently I've been connecting with people in other ways, whether for a coffee date, even though, I'm doing tea every time. Tea, maybe a herbal tea latte. Yeah, coffee dates, tea dates, walks, potluck gatherings. That's kind of like my speed right now. But what I know for sure is that it doesn't have to be a big to-do. It doesn't always have to be a bunch of people. It can be really hard to manage connectivity in a large crowd, right? And I'm aware of that as both the guest and the host. I still like to do it, but the reality is that it takes a lot of energy to manage it well. So I'm making a more conscious effort to carve out time for more intimate connections with the people I may feel called to encounter on a deeper level. And I encourage you to do the same. It really grows your village. And if you're one of those people who thinks, that you can't make new friends as a whole grown up, try just getting together for coffee or tea. It's a low risk way to develop new relationships. But moving on, I just want to share that I have been feeling a more positive shift in my life lately. Y'all know I have been struggling. But this isn't solely due to a change in my workload, but a change in my mindset as well and the things that I'm choosing to focus on. Now, I don't actually have a new focus, more so a refocus on the things that matter most to me, two of which are God, right? And my purpose. And what a world of difference it has made in how I've just been feeling overall. Now, y'all know I'm over on TikTok now. So I was there the other day and one creator said to me, because she was 100% talking directly to me. She said, you will never be comfortable with a person, place, or situation that's not meant for you. And I knew that already, right? We literally just talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the pod, but sometimes you just got to hear it again. And so today I want to continue on with this theme of discomfort and how to motivate ourselves to get out of the uncomfortable conditions we've allowed ourselves to settle into. We trick ourselves into believing that we are comfortable in some cases because shifting or leaving can feel too challenging. I mean, how many people do you know that have stayed in something and gotten to the point where they are extremely uncomfortable, but they still won't move on until someone or something else moves them? We got to be motivated, y'all. We need to be motivated and we need to be able to do that for ourselves. So, I want to share a few things that you can do to aid in shifting your mindset and move you from a place of uncomfortability and depletion onto a road of more growth and possibility. First up, focus on what you know is meant for you. You know, you may feel like you don't know everything in your life that is meant for you, but you probably know at least one thing. For instance, I know that what's meant for me is to be grounded in my faith. That's when I feel strongest, most joyful, and confident. What's also meant for me is to be focused on and working in my purpose, as I mentioned. I feel less fearful, more excited, and energized when I am. Now, I know what my purpose is, and you may still be trying to figure yours out. But when you think about times when you feel your best, when you feel grounded and happy and strong, what is going on in your life? And I'm talking about in your day to day, not, a party or TGIF or, when you came into a few extra coins. I'm talking about a regular Tuesday during a period in your life where you just felt your best. For some of you, that could be today. For others of you, it may have been last year or 5 years ago. But think about that time period as a whole. Were you praying regularly, eating well, exercising, engaging in specific activities or work? Whatever you come up with here, think about the way you actually felt after you engaged in these things. Some of these things may seem like they're habits, right? But the habits that are meant for you may be different than the woman sitting next to you. I know folks that like a good HIIT workout. Me, myself, I'm a yoga type gal. HIIT is not meant for me, okay? I don't come out of it feeling like I can conquer the world, but it may be different for you. So focus on what's meant for you. What I know and what you probably know as well is that if something is constantly depleting you, it's a sure sign that that thing is not meant for you. And by depleted, I'm talking about zapped, down in the dumps, unable to recuperate and sad. Not just, that things are hard, because you can tackle a hard thing, be physically exhausted, but still be excited to get after it, or tackle a hard thing and still feel energized. But the discomfort I'm referring to is the kind when you know deep down in your gut that you need to move on. You know what I'm talking about. The next thing, though, that you can do to shift your mindset is to take a different approach. You may not like your job, but even if you are looking for a new one, that doesn't mean you have the ability to leave this job tomorrow, okay? You can take a different approach to get you through, though. This could include things that may make you uncomfortable, but in a good way. For instance, you may be challenged to speak up for yourself. That may not be your thing, but is being overworked or talked to sideways at work your thing? I would venture to say no, okay? It got you nowhere but feeling miserable and hating your job. But a different approach, as in speaking up for yourself, could change how you feel about your job as a whole, or at least make your time there a bit more tolerable. But you won't know how you'll feel unless you do something different. So if the opportunity presents itself, be brave, speak up for yourself. It can't be any worse than feeling miserable, right? 9 times out of 10, you're not about to get fired on the spot because you spoke up for yourself, but people might just stop running over you. Or at least they know where you stand, and that'll start to reframe some things in that space, right? Another example could be that maybe instead of working like crazy, early mornings, after hours, during your lunch, you simply work hard to produce quality work within that 9 to 5 time frame that you're being compensated for, so that you can be proud of the work that you put out instead of just being a taskmaster and being, taken advantage of. Your approach can change your mindset. So do something different and expect different results, right? Finally, at least for today, try something new. A new hobby, a new book, a TV show. Are these distractions? Absolutely. But they can also light a spark in you and help manage stress. And with less stress, you can think and see things more clearly for what they are. These things also bring joy, right? So don't underestimate what a good book can do for your life. Books and hobbies can change your trajectory. My coworker essentially took a 2-year sabbatical from her last job after experiencing some stress and burnout during the pandemic. She decided that she was going to take up pottery as a hobby. And then she fell in love with it. She started an online shop, then quit her job after being accepted into some type of apprentice program at a well-respected pottery studio. I may not be getting all those details quite right, but the bottom line is she worked on pieces for that show, The Bear, which was a life-changing experience, right? For someone who literally just needed a hobby as an outlet for stress. So you never really know where your hobbies can lead you. So don't just, dismiss them, thinking that they can't do bigger and better things for you. Yeah, so those are a couple of tips I have for today and just some thoughts around changing our mindset, right? Are you focusing on what's meant for you? Do you need to change your approach in an area of your life? Or maybe it's just time to try something new. There are a lot of things that are out of our control, but there are many things that we do have control over, and our mindset is absolutely one of those things. So I'm going to leave you with a quote from Maya Angelou today. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Okay? Thanks so much for listening today. If what you heard has been beneficial, don't forget to share, review, and subscribe to the podcast. I love reading your reviews. It's one of the ways I'm able to get a pulse check on if you're enjoying this content, and it would be great to get some new ones. So if you have 2 minutes to spare, please leave a review. And if you're on TikTok or Instagram, follow me on both of those platforms for some daily doses of encouragement. I love to engage with you all there and respond to comments and DMs as well. All right. I can't wait to chat with you all again next week. Take care until then.